No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, I never even mentioned that I got Halloween nails. One has a ghost on it, and one has a cat. They're really cute. Anyways. Hey y'all, welcome back, or welcome to the Pickle Jar. This is What's the Dill? I'm your host, Mackenzie Pickle. Week 3 of Spooktober. Who's excited? In the month of October, we are reviewing Halloween-y / horror movies. We've done Hocus Pocus, we've done Scream, and today we're reviewing Five Nights at Freddy's. If you don't know, I am a big FNAF fan. Not going to say I'm the biggest because I haven't read the books, okay? I haven't. But I love the games. I love the lore. I have watched a lot of game theory, and I have seen every episode of Markiplier playing through the FNAF games because I love him and I love FNAF, okay? Also, love the FNAF musical, okay? Shout out Random Encounters. Do not play with me. It is so good. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands together for the one, the only Freddy Fazbear review. Ha, see what I did there? Got it. I want to do what I did for this last episode, and I've done it a few other episodes too. I just want to read you my notes from the movie. After, or honestly maybe during, who knows, I jump all over the place, okay? I want to discuss some lore points. I want to talk about it some more. I think it would be fun to make this a discussion because truthfully, I have a ton of questions. And I think anyone who enjoys the FNAF universe has questions because the lore is sometimes all over the place and the details are crazy, but they're all just theories, am I right, Matt Pat? Here we go, reading the notes from when I was watching the movie. A lot of these are all caps, okay? A lot of them are all caps. The glitch at the beginning intro, OMG, like the Universal Studios or Universal Pictures, whatever, already starting. Thank you, incredible. The sound effects, like the game, I very much enjoyed. I was thankful for that. I was a little worried. Then I said, this opening is so chilling and captivating. With the first security guard, great. Loved it. Through the vents, so good. Then I said, OMG, Shadow? OMG, is that Shadow Bonnie? Was it? It was just a shadow of the Bonnie animatronic. However, you never know. Shadow Bonnie is rare. We could have gotten a little Easter egg. I don't know. And then I said, OMG, Freddy faceplate. The pictures of the kids. OMG, the graphic intros as the mini games. OMG. Like, you know, the little mini games that they have in every single thing, like the 8-bit, whatever. I love the detail, okay? Then I put 6 a.m. because the alarm went off. Then all I said was, Josh Hutcherson, you are so fine. That opening shot of him, Dream theory book? It's just a theory, a game theory. OMG reference. I just talked about that because, like, the dream theory, you know, that game theory did help popularize that, whatever, that Five Nights at Freddy's 1 through 4 all happen in, like, a dream state, and 4 is him awakening. Whatever. I'm not getting into all of the lore right now. Then I put, details are important in the games, and Easter eggs are common, so pay attention. I don't know why I was just telling myself to pay attention. That was just a note for me during the movie. Nebraska, ? Is that just, like, where this is? We referenced it. I don't know. I was trying to figure out where, if it was in the books or the games or whatever. I think it's more gonna be a playing factor in the movies. And then I said, so Josh is Mike Schmidt. OMG, Mike saw a kid getting taken, so he's running after to save him. That's in real life when he's like beating up that guy in the mall and he loses his job. And then I said, OMG, Matthew Lillard is Steve Raglan, career counselor. And then I said, no, he's Afton. No, Mackenzie, don't fall for it. Which I am wearing my Spooky Island shirt from the first Scooby-Doo live-action movie. I love Matthew Lillard. Last week I talked about how I loved him, and this week I'm talking about how I love him. So, I love him. I put a quote, Mr. Michael then he leans in close and he looks at Josh Hutcherson, and then he doesn't continue, and then he's just like, coffee? You're so sus for that. I'm sorry, you're so sus for that. And I said, he's hatching the plan then. And then I said, the coffee shot shows Raglan pours with his right hand and holds the mug with his left. Why that shot? It was a cool shot, but for some reason I was thinking that it was going to play further into the movie. It doesn't that I'm aware of, but again, I could have missed something. But I was like, why is this shot so prevalent that we're seeing him pour? I don't know. Quote, options are going to be extremely limited. He's so sassy in this scene. Mike, your options are going to... I just love his delivery. He's so good. Mike, how's the pay? And then Raglan going, not great, but the hours... even worse. It's so funny because I mean that's a running joke in this fandom, right? Of like, why would you even take this job? Like, this job is quite literally the worst job you could ever have. The pay sucks. There's not a single pro. There's not a single pro to this job. So why are we taking it, you know? And then I can't do nights. Then I said, this is filmed so beautifully. It really was. The cinematography is wonderful to me, especially all the driving shots, everything. It was just beautiful. When Abby says, my friends say you're an idiot. And then Mike says, at least I'm real. What? Mike, whoa, calm down with the hostile nature of your deliveries. Like, we are talking to Abby. And then I said, Mike has trouble sleeping. Is Abby Elizabeth Afton? ? Is she? Here's the thing. You know what? No. I'm going to keep reading the notes because this is going to go off into a tangent and I have to keep reading these notes and we'll jump back to it, okay? I put OMG Garrett Schmidt taken by a man in a car. That's the Afton car. OMG. Like, it's the shape of the car that you see in the 8-bit game, like whatever. That I could just be, but it is true that William Afton took Garrett. That's the thing. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Only the mom is in the flashbacks in the dream. This is the dream at the beginning of the movie, not towards the end where you see the dad. But I said, we see a family photo with a dad who isn't William Afton, but that doesn't mean that Afton is not the dad, because I'm pretty sure it's either revealed in the games or it's very highly speculated that Mike Schmidt is actually Michael Afton and that Mike Schmidt is an alias or something, I don't know, but that William Afton is Mike Schmidt's dad and Elizabeth Afton's dad. And then there's also, again, oh my gosh, the lore brings you off on a tangent, dude. We can't do this. This episode's already all over the place. We will get back to it. After the whole me going crazy about the whole Afton family tree line, I just put Jane sucks. She does. The aunt or whatever, I do not like her. Okay, get her out of here. OMG, phone guy. Raglan on the phone explaining everything, and I said the debrief over the phone. Yes, OMG, just can't bring himself to let it go yet. Like the owner of Five Nights at Freddy's just can't bring himself to let it go, i.e. him, Afton. And I said the videotape labeled Mike and the subliminal animatronic glitch. Interesting. Balloon Boy, jump scare. Oh, I love Balloon Boy. And then I said Bonnie animatronic, OMG, yes. Chica! They look so good. Yes, Freddy. That's obviously when I first saw them on the screen. OMG, the muffled noise of the speakers. OMG, 5 kids. 1 bunny ears for Bonnie, 1 with top hat for Freddy, and the orange is Foxy, and yellow girl is Chica. Then I said, also, the kid in the top hat is in yellow. Is that Golden Freddy? I looked it up. The wiki says that the one in brown is Golden Freddy, and the one in the top hat is Freddy, which, why would he be wearing yellow and a top hat if he is regular Freddy? That doesn't make sense. Why are you freaking wearing yellow? That's gold. What? Why is that a decision? Why is that a thing? I don't know. But then, when I was looking up some more stuff, trying to make it make sense, it talks about that Golden Freddy is often considered the leader of the animatronics. Not Freddy Fazbear, but Golden Freddy actually is like the leader of the possessed kids. So, this was all from Google, but particularly among the vengeful spirits, Golden Freddy acts independently and orchestrates the other ghosts against William Afton. He's also identified as the leader of the missing children in the film adaptation and a key figure who works against the antagonist, unlike many of the other animatronics who are still under Afton's influence. So it kind of does make sense because in the shot where we see all the missing kids in the forest or woods, whatever, there's 4 in the back and then the kid in the brown is up towards the front. So that does make sense for him to be Golden Freddy because like the main 4 animatronics are in the back, they're followers, not the leader. That's what they say. And later they do show quite literally that the kid in the brown shirt is Golden Freddy. I get that. I just don't understand the costuming choice because everyone was so intentional. Maybe it was to throw us off. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. 6 a.m. He lived. All caps. Matt Pat OMG. It's just a theory. Bah ha 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 ha. My notes are literally all over the place. I can't. OMG, Max is being a double agent. Stop. With Jane. That ticked me off. And then I said, Max and Jeff suck now. And then I said, I hate Jane. Like, join the club, you know what I mean? Slashed by Foxy. OMG, like the actual thing. And then I said, and the code glitching. It's me! OMG! The little it's me on the mirror, so good. And then I said, Vanessa. OMG, hi. Hey, Vanessa. Was that a good Glam Rock Freddy impersonation or am I tripping? Because that was kind of good. And then Vanessa says, Freddy's is on my beat. Yeah, okay, Vanessa. And then she says, have you met them yet? Absolutely not. Vanessa girl, I'm gonna need you to rein it in. Okay, rein it in. Foxy! That's what I said, all caps. Foxy, I love Foxy. Then Vanessa says, hey, Mike, like, don't let this place get to you. Yeah, thanks a lot, Vanessa. What do you mean? Ominous shot watching Mike whenever Jeff is actually watching. I love shots like that. OMG, Bonnie's eyes open. Bonnie gone. I love that it followed the sequence of like the first game of like when they start moving, you know, and like Bonnie opens his eyes first and Bonnie leaves first. You know, all those things. Oh, it was just, so good. Are we going to talk about the fact that Jeff is like, you good? And someone says, golden. Crazy. Golden Freddy. Golden Freddy. And I said, the shadows, Pirates Cove, YouTuber cameo on the Employee of the Month wall. I was really hoping to see Mark up there, but we didn't. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But we did see some other very popular YouTube creators who play FNAF. Pretty cool little Easter egg. Guy in the blue jacket in the gang that's like messing up Freddy Fazbear's. He's wearing a shirt with the car game on it from Pizzeria Simulator. What? It's the exact like little roadway cars on that guy's shirt. Hello? I don't remember what the game is called, but you know, anyway, you know. Then I said Chica walking to the kitchen, stop. Chica's cupcake, yeah. Then I said the jump scares are done beautifully, especially with the transitions. The jumping towards the guy and then it immediately going to another scene, like right when you'd be jump scared. That was really done well right then. OMG, in the closet with Bonnie, because Bonnie loves the closet. He loves going to that closet. That was really funny though, that he walked in and Bonnie's just standing in the corner. Kids laughing when Jeff picked up the phone. That sound, scary. No, I couldn't do it. No. OMG, the ominous vent shot on the camera of Bonnie and Chica standing in front of the vent and they're like looking up at the camera like, hi, we're about to go in the vent. So good. I just love how they captured some of the essence of the game in their camera shots and like the security camera footage. It was just so good. I just love the dum-dums. You know what I'm talking about? They're like dum 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 dum, like when you're about to get killed, you know. I said, OMG, Foxy in the hallway, you know, bring up the Pirates Cove camera, click on Pirates Cove, shut the door, whatever. I don't know. Spot on. Love Foxy being in the hallway. Bite shot was crazy. Max getting like bite of 87 pretty much. Obviously this is not the bite of 87, but you know what I'm saying. It was that exact sort of, in the shadow. It was good. It was good. Jumping a little because I stopped taking notes for a minute. Quote from Mike, Dad, he couldn't handle it. So then I put, after Mom died, the dad just left. Was he their actual dad then? I don't think so. I think that could have been a stepdad, don't you? What do you think? Again, the Afton family tree is, I don't know how to piece together the movie in with the books and the games and with the yada yada whatever. I need help. Not Abby with Mike. I said, OMG, Mike is gonna find everyone. Dang it, Balloon Boy. That jump scare, it really did get me. And then I said, oh, Mike's cleaning. He's cleaning. He's taking care of the place. And I said, OMG, Abby, no. When she went towards the animatronics. Oh, Freddy's being sweet. Stop it. Mike is hilarious, bruh. He is. When he was like, okay, good prank, everybody. Good prank. You can come out now. Stop. All of Abby's drawings are the kids in the suits. She drew Garrett leaving in the car. Like, she wasn't alive for that, or she at least wasn't there. Hello? That means one of the kids told her about that. One of the possessed kids. Vanessa knows these kids. She remembers something. She's acting suspicious. My friends talk about her. Aw, the animatronics talk about Vanessa. Yes! A fix-it montage. I love a montage where they, like, clean up everything and they make it all fun, whatever, when they're building the fort. It's so fun and sweet. Springlocks. Is that Ballora? That is so Ballora. You can't tell me that's not Ballora, which would make sense. Sister Location would have happened before the movie that we're watching. So, of course, Ballora would be there, right? What did Abby do? Not Aunt Jane. No. Why is she in the house? OMG, we see the dad. And then I said, why are some faces blurred on the kids, like in the missing kids scene? Why? Is it because we don't know their identities? But they weren't blurred earlier. Like, what? I don't know. Are the kids trying to steal Abby? What is their real motive? Like, are they working for Afton or is this different? I don't know. They're hurting Mike. The scene showing the kids harming Mike, though, instead of the animatronics is so powerful. Like, not watching the animatronics try to harm him, but instead seeing the kids that possess them harming him, it really does show the whole darkness of the situation and the fact that these kids are just desperate to get some sort of justice or revenge or something. Like, they're kids at the end of the day, and that's so sad. And then I said, the wiggly screws, like Sister Location when you're in the scooping room. The details, man, the details. They're so good. And I said, OMG, the dead gang, no. Not the dum-dums. No. Wait, did Mike make it out? And then I said, is Jane actually asleep or is she dead? So the blonde kid is Golden Freddy. Got it. Literally explicitly shows that. He shows up to get Abby and then it shows the Golden Freddy suit literally right beside her. So clearly he is Golden Freddy. And then I said, yes, Vanessa! Golden Freddy disappeared, OMG, but just like the game, he's not there all the time. Quote, he's my father. What, Vanessa? what? Vanessa's not Elizabeth Afton, right? Okay. Some people think that she is Elizabeth Afton, but I don't think so. I saw another theory, and this is more believable to me, that Vanessa, yes, she's an Afton, but she's not Elizabeth. That maybe he has 2 daughters. Vanessa was used to help lure some of these kids, whatever, which that is in the movie, but I'm talking about like game lore and stuff. But in Security Breach, there's this thing of like Vanessa A kind of is talked about. And I saw a theory somewhere, maybe it was on Reddit, I don't know. Vanessa isn't like a blood-related Afton. What if William adopted her to sort of fill the void of losing Elizabeth? Because to me, how he acts to Vanessa is not, it doesn't correlate with the soft tone that he talks to Elizabeth or talks about Elizabeth in the games. You know what I'm saying? Elizabeth is circus baby. Like she becomes circus baby. In the Pizzeria Simulator specifically, when he's like, and my daughter, I know that you would not be able to resist, that you would be here, blah, 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 whatever. Like, it's too sweet for how Afton treats Vanessa and how Vanessa's whole deal is to me. I don't know. Again, we'll see how this all plays out. I think Vanessa is an Afton. I mean, clearly in the movie she is. Okay, in the movie, she is, okay? But I don't think she's Elizabeth. I do not think she's Elizabeth Afton. The plane in the photo. Vanessa's holding the plane in that photo with her father, and the plane is the one that Garrett was holding in the back of the car when he's taken. And then I said, Vanessa Afton theory that she was a kidnapped kid to replace Elizabeth. So what I literally just talked about. Then I said, the scooping room, ? OMG, the animatronics are shutting down with the electricity. And then I said that Chica looks so done. When Mike is like, stop. And Chica's like, bro, I'm whatever, like, come at me. Not the cupcake. Pirate Cove, no. So all of these are short. I said the walking is so creepy. Like Foxy walking it was so ominous. I loved. Into the pit. That's when Abby gets into the ball pit. I just was like, into the pit reference. OMG, the yellow rabbit, who becomes Springtrap, but he's Yellow Rabbit right now. Golden Bonnie, whatever you want to call him. Symmetry, my friend, in quotes. Bro, Afton is insane. I killed your brother and now I'll kill you too. Symmetry. First of all, Matthew Lillard, you are so incredibly talented, especially watching him in Scream and in this, the sort of like crazy that he can show in these characters. Incredible. Then I put in quotes, wake up children. Y'all, we talked about Scream last week. This, all caps, I wrote, OMG, Afton did the knife clean thing just like Stu does as Ghostface in Scream. But in Scream, he stabs Billy, wipes the blood off the knife, getting it clean, to then go after Sydney. And the fact that Matthew Lillard played Stu and also is playing William Afton and got to do both of those moves at the same, like, I think that that's a nod to his character in Scream. I'm gonna choose to believe that they did this and that Scream fans were going crazy. Okay. I said the mess that Vanessa created. Pause. Afton, you're so manipulative. Which, like, yes, that's your character. But still, don't even. I said, yes, she shot him. Yes, Vanessa. Good job. Good job, girlfriend. And then I said, I cannot believe Afton blamed Vanessa. I was still shook on that. Okay. And then when he's like, you had one job, and then he says 2 jobs, and she says, that's 2 jobs. Bro, that's so funny. I love that callback from what Mike said earlier in the night. Not him strangling his own daughter. That's, again, I don't think that Vanessa is Elizabeth, because I don't think Afton would have strangled Elizabeth. He actually cared for Elizabeth, didn't he? Or am I just misremembering things? I don't know, okay? I don't know. OMG, he stabbed Vanessa. And the quiet, like, dad. That was so sad. Like, he strangled her, and he obviously wasn't gonna kill her by strangling. Like, he lets go, like, lets her down, whatever, and then stabs her in the gut. She's a grown woman now, but, like, the soft little dad? She thought he never hurt her. Dude, tears in my eyes. It was so sad. And then I said, he almost looks at her like he's slightly sorry or like he remembers something. My theory here is that he's not sorry for killing Vanessa. I think he stabs her and then he's like, oh, I didn't really want to. Well, I mean, he doesn't kill Vanessa, okay? I think he is slightly remorseful. Like, he's like, oh, I didn't want to have to stab my daughter, but, you made me do it. Like, that kind of thing. I don't necessarily think that his look that he gives when he watches her on the floor is sadness for stabbing Vanessa. I think he's remembering losing Elizabeth. Because again, I don't think Vanessa and Elizabeth are the same person. I think him stabbing Vanessa and then that look he gives is like, I just lost another daughter. Like I lost Elizabeth. No, Elizabeth isn't like stabbed, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like Vanessa was the replacement for Elizabeth. And now he's remembering he lost Elizabeth, who is the real heartache that he is still facing. Whatever. Does that make sense? Or am I just like pulling crap out of thin air? I don't know. And then I said, Afton is horrendous. OMG, the spring locks. And then I put, Matthew Lillard, you are so good. The whole scene of the spring locks like locking and he's like jutting around, whatever, genuinely looks so painful. he is such a good actor. I always come back. I wish that delivery was a little more intense. However, he is getting spring locked, so I get it. I always come back. And again, just talked about Scream last week when he's like, I'll be right back. Oh man, it's just so, I don't know. Obviously, I always come back is a William Afton thing. Like, that is in all the games. But I just love how, again, Matthew Lillard is playing Afton, and he does 2 really cool lines about coming back, you know? The casting was great. I love. Vanessa's okay, yes. Oh, no. She's in a coma. No. She's still alive, but she's in a coma. Golden Freddy watching Afton die. Dude. Ominous. Oh, the laugh in the credits. Like, when the credits start rolling, you hear the Freddy laugh. I said, 5 Nights at Freddy's. I'm sorry. They were playing really good music in the credits. Not the Balloon Boy jump scare at the end. The middle of the credits when they do that scene of the, like, Uber driver or whatever. So funny. Like, Balloon Boy is so funny. All the noises at the end of the movie, like, during the credits, it's making those noises that you can hear in the mini games and stuff. Good. I am a little confused. Okay, I don't entirely understand everything, especially the Afton family tree. I'm not even gonna try to figure it out right now. I've told you what some of the things that I think are, what some of the theories I think. Drop in the comments what is going on. I have no idea. I love the lore, but the lore can be a little crazy and all over the place and chaotic. And I don't know if the movie is gonna follow that, if they're gonna add new things. Well, I mean, clearly, Vanessa is William Afton's daughter, is exactly what they said. And that's the first time it's ever been, like, explicitly known, even though we have hints to it in the games. I don't know. Okay, I just don't know. I'm gonna give this movie a 3 out of 5. For as hype as I've been talking about it, I know that seems probably a little low. However, I just think it's solid, okay? I don't think it is, like, crazy, incredible, like, best movie adaptation ever. No. I love the details. I love that they paid attention to things. But again, I'm left confused after watching it. I think it was good. I had a good time enjoying it. I think it'll get better over time, especially, like, if this becomes a whole franchise, which they are making the second movie. Or no, the second movie's already been made. It's coming out this year. I think it'll end up making more sense the more we watch. It's, like, similar to the first game. Like, you played the first game and you were kind of confused at, like, why things are happening. Like, you kind of knew lore, but you didn't. But then more games came out and more lore. But then, you know, even more games came out. And now the lore is all over the place. I think once it builds and we get more solidified evidence of what is happening and what the story in the movies is and how it wraps into the games, I think it'll be a little less confusing. I at least hope, you know, I hope. I did think it was a good movie. I don't think it was necessarily super scary. Like, the jump scares were kind of good, but I honestly kind of expected more jump scares. They did a really cool editing thing where they would, like, cut away from certain jump scares. But I do wish that we would have seen actual animatronic jump scare like in the game. I don't know though. I don't know. The whole bite thing though, that was crazy. I think that the movie paid homage to the games in a nice way. I really do. But it all comes back to I was confused. Okay, I was just confused. And I think a 3 out of 5 is a solid score. It's a good movie. It's not bad. But I just don't think it deserves a higher rating. Not right now. You know? Not right now. Not after my first impressions. Who knows what we're going to get down the road? Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is coming out, and it either will throw us in a whirlwind or it'll give us the answers. Maybe it'll do both. I hope it does both. Pickle's pick for this week is the FNAF musical by Random Encounters. Duh. We're talking about FNAF. You think I could just not talk about this incredible musical that Random Encounters made? Specifically, my favorites are Night 2 and Night 4. I love Markiplier. I love his voice. His Night 2 ballad, oh, it's so good. And then Night 4, the whole intensity of being in the house, whatever. It's just, oh, it's so good. 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 I remember when it came out and I was freaking out, and I freak out every time I listen to it. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. However you decided to do so, please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, follow all the socials, go check out the website, and make sure that you share this podcast with every single person that you know. Reminder that you are special. I love you. Jesus loves you. You are important and you matter, so please don't ever forget that. Now it's time to close the jar. I'll see you next time. Bye. I should have done like a bye-bye.